I'm Joni Patry and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about the month of December. This is a month packed full of events, huge events, life-changing events, and it's probably relative to the presidential elections which just happened in November, and then we're looking towards the transition to the new president in January, Donald Trump. So let me talk about specifically what's going on this month, because it is a very heated month with major shifts and major changes I want to talk about. So the first half of the month I think could be more calm, but beginning around December 11th, that's when Mars will go into Aquarius, and this is where things will start to really change. You will see anger, you will see frustration that's mounting and growing and will become quite violent. There's a lot going on in this month because Mercury will turn retrograde around on December 19th. It will be at 21 degrees of Sagittarius, which does deal with travel, and I would like to see people put their travel plans at a minimum, because this month there's too much violence in the air, too much anger. Mars will conjunct Ketu around Christmas Day, December 26th. This was the same conjunction. I know I'm being repetitious, but I need to remind everyone these aspects are very similar to September 11th of 2001. I see this month, the very end of this month, around Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, violence. So whether it is the people turning on each other in our country due to the presidential elections, or if I see it could be a terrorist attack. But the reason why all of this is mounting and growing is because when there is all this seething anger out in the world, there's something that needs to bring people together. When people are separate and at odds with each other, the divine force of nature will bring an event that brings balance again and brings people together again. So many of us need to look within our souls and our hearts to get in touch with where we are angry and where we are resentful, work on that and heal it. Because if we don't, we're looking at a major event that could change the world. And probably astrologically, it's due to happen, because it is very hard to get people to change, especially unconscious people who do not want to look at themselves to change. And if you can't do that, then the inevitable will happen. So I'm looking at around the end of the year, between Christmas, between New Year's Day. This is the most violent time. And I'm looking at around the new moon, which is going to be December 29th. Uranus will also turn direct. Throughout this month, we have Uranus in Pisces and Jupiter in Virgo. And they are exactly opposing one another, which can mean sudden, unexpected events that are a great surprise to everyone. Now, this presidential election results was a great surprise to everyone, especially since the media was telling us the entire time Clinton was a shoo-in for president. The world shifted and changed. Uranus-Jupiter in opposition creates sudden, unexpected changes. And I have been saying, with Jupiter being in the sign of Virgo and Uranus in Pisces, that this change will have something to do with health, healing, cures, and I think it has more to do about mental disease. So there is a major discovery on its way. This is great positive news in the midst of all the disruption and the anger and the fear that is going on throughout this month. Some other points of reference are Mars and Saturn, while they're transiting this month, while Mars is in Capricorn, and then when it shifts into Aquarius, these are signs ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is in Scorpio. So they exchange signs. Mars and Saturn become one. And this is an enormous power and emotion and feeling that everyone is feeling. It's mounting, it's growing. There are so many things due to happen. Pluto, transiting Pluto, is 22 degrees Sagittarius, exactly opposed the Sun in the United States of America's chart, 22 degrees of Gemini. This represents radical shifts and changes concerning the government, concerning the leaders, and we need to pull together. This is a critical time in the world. I have been speaking about this month for years. Why? Because not only is Mars coming together with Ketu in the sign of Aquarius, which is conjunct the moon in the United States chart, which the moon is in the third house. I've made reference to the US's chart many times, but it is in Aquarius in the third house. Third house can deal with transit. It can deal with travel. So I ask that people try to stay home and try to stay away from very busy places in the world. Lay low, be calm. Because on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, Mars and Neptune will conjoin at 15 degrees of Aquarius, exactly opposed the previous solar eclipse degree of 15 Leo on September 1st. Furthermore, the next solar eclipse that we have in February will occur at 14 degrees Aquarius. This point is ultra mega sensitive, and transiting Mars is about to conjoin that degree, just as it did September 11th, 2001. It will oppose the previous solar eclipse degree, and it will conjunct the coming solar eclipse degree. And Neptune, Mars conjunct Neptune, the secrets, all the things that have been hidden for so long are about to be revealed and are being revealed right now. This is not anything new, but I have to say, looking at Donald Trump's chart, he is the only one that has the power, the money, and the courage to come out and confront all of the hidden agendas and secrets of those in politics around the world. Will he have attempts on his life? He already has. Astrologically, I believe he should be protected because in my other videos, I speak of him as being the king that is born. It is his destiny to be president. It is his destiny to create some of the biggest transformational changes we have ever seen in a lifetime. I likened his campaign at the onset to Ronald Reagan's because many of you may not remember, but when Ronald Reagan ran for president, we thought it was a joke. We thought it was impossible for him to be a president. Why? Well, back then you got to consider the times were different, very conservative. For someone to have been divorced before was unheard of. For someone to be a movie star And they even, of course, during that time would put up the times he was in movies with chimpanzees to make him look even more ridiculous. But this was an absurd thought for Ronald Reagan to be the president. It was an absurd thought for Donald Trump to be the president. So look what we have here. And let me tell you, based on his chart, I'm going to say this again. I think he's going to be one of the best presidents we have ever had. Amazing, but true. It's based on the astrology. Donald Trump went into Jupiter's Mahadasha while transiting Jupiter, conjoined his natal Jupiter, aspecting his sun Rahu in the 10th house, and Jupiter is his most powerful planet because it is stationary direct. That's it, a mouthful. And he will, because of the connection of that Jupiter with Saturn in the United States of America's chart in the 10th house, represents that he will instigate positive, good changes for the U.S. and the world. So let go of all your fears that this is a bad thing, because it is a good thing. And as I have said before in many of my videos, what you think is true is not true. And what you think is false is not false. You will find out, you will see. So this month of December, many things are going to happen. And because people are so violent, so angry, and so separated, there could be an event this month that will shake up the world and wake up the world. Yes, Donald Trump has a very hard job ahead of him based on this and based on all the separation and difficulty that people are creating in the world right now. This month is imperative that we change, that we support our country, and so that things can change and improve and get better. This means letting go of the anger. This means coming together. And this means you must find the good in what's happening instead of all the negativity and the bad. So this is an amazing month. And I really, really would like people to use this time as a time of reflection, to go within and to look at what is motivating your fear. Because it's time to change if you want to see the best in the world. So do I think the economy is going to shift? Yes. Why? Because of this event and all of the anger and emotions that are happening in the world. It's causing the stock market and everything to shift and everything to change. Because remember, there is a huge emotional event that will shift consciousness. And when there is great loss, there is great spiritual growth, because people are forced to look within. So I ask that you look within without the treachery of any horrific event, to be able to see the truth. That means connecting to your heart, to the divine that is within you and all of us. And let go of the anger, and this world will prosper and grow. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. Or if you would like to learn astrology, I have a university. Go to University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.